So we're in tow with this 2011 MKT all-wheel drive. It is on the dollies. Everything is strapped, secured, safety chains, the whole nine. So I will also record how I offload it, because again, the wheels that are larger are a little bit more difficult to get close to in, and if you leave them on the last slots where you hook them up, then the car sits kind of low and you're probably off the ground maybe an inch or two. If you go over a speed bump or something, there's a chance of it hitting. You just don't want that. So I already have a clip. Well, I gotta close that, but I'll fix that in a second. So I have a clip on how I loaded it onto the dolly. I probably should have started the whole video that way anyway, but I'll insert the clip here. You can see how I leave the dollies on the ground, the back axle in place, roll the car back onto the top, on top of the axle, and then put the other one in, and then bring the car back forward and it's centered. Then I lift it up and secure it. And you got to do the same when you drop the car. You'll drop the axles, you'll drop everything down to the ground, you'll roll the car on top of the axle, take out the front one, roll it forward, take out the back one, like that. That's how you do larger tires. Roll it onto the back axle, and then you can move the other axle to the next spot, and then just move the vehicle back forward. Got it.
We were newbies once. Okay?
Thanks, brother. Always pull the bar, never push the bar. Now you will have more clearance, because this tire was big. It's a bigger tire, so when they're larger, you can't really get the front axle close enough. So if you do that trick where you pick up the car from the front and you push it back onto the axle, it'll pick it up. Then you can put the other axle in place on both sides and then move it back forward. If the car's a rear wheel drive and you got to do it from the back, put it in neutral. This way you could roll it back onto the back axle, then put the other one in, and then move it back forward so it's centered, and then pick it up. So that's how you do it when you have larger tires. So I'll have to do the same thing when I drop the vehicle, but I figured I'd make a little video on how you do that. So I already took all the straps, chains, everything out. I already dropped down the passenger side, so I'll just show you how I do it here on the driver's side. There's no need to see the whole thing. Hopefully you hear me. Now remember, when you're lifting up the axle and you're gonna drop the car, anytime you're loading or offloading, you never want to stand in front of the bar. Okay, you're standing on this side, because God forbid this slips and goes forward. If you're in the front of it, it's gonna whack you if it slips out of your hand. All right, so always make sure that you are, pulling it, not pushing it. Always be behind the bar. Okay. So it's super tight. All right, so you see where it's at. It's super tight to get it out of there. So now what you're gonna do is, I'm trying to get a better angle for you. just enough that it'll climb onto the back axle or put pressure against it so you get room in the front. If you go too much, there's a chance that, as you saw, this moved up a little bit, the dolly will go up a little bit. All right, and then once you're done with that, you can move the front axle out on both sides, then move the vehicle forward, and put the camera down. So just move the axle out of the way, and now the front axle is out of the way, and now you can roll the car forward and get it off of the dolly and bring it down and put it away. All right, so now just bring the car forward.